What's up, everybody? Marty Martin here. This is the Geek Nick Podcast. I am your host. Oh man, one of the saddest days of my life happened 11 years ago. This day, June 25th. Today is June 25th, 2020. 11 years ago, June 25th, 2009, Michael Jackson died. It broke my heart. Because I looked up to Michael. He was my favorite music artist. He was the best and still is the best. His message, love, peace, harmony, fighting against injustice, fighting racism, discrimination, all of that. There was no other pop artist like him that preached that message, those topics. None whatsoever. I think only Prince, he did it, but not at the caliber and level as Michael. So, in remembrance of his legacy and just him as a person, I have a question that I always ask myself. What if Michael Jackson was still alive? What would the world be like? Would he still be attacked? Would he have more accusations alive? Or would he have no accusations? That's a big question. Here's what I think. And I gotta be honest with you. Gotta be honest with you guys. I think Michael still would have had another allegation. I really do. I think he would still have another accusation during the Me Too movement, when Harvey Weinstein got exposed, and Kevin Spacey, and Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. After all of that, James Toback. I think then and there, people would have targeted Michael. I really do. Because people today are more aggressive than back in 2005. Well, they were already aggressive back in 2005. 2003, 2004, 2005, during that whole hellish time period. People are more aggressive today because of social media. Social media encourages people to be angry, to be sad, to be happy, but more than anything, to be angry. Because now you get to interact with people from all over the world, all over the country, to share the same views, to share the same opinion. In 2005, you probably shared the same opinion with people in your inner circle. Agreed with people in the news media. But now, you can interact with millions of people. Then there's going to be a whole community of haters, of, disgusting people, nasty people that will believe in that nonsense. I still believe he would have been a target. Michael was an easy target. Or maybe not. Maybe people would stop bothering him because, remember, Michael stopped being around kids after 2005. 2006, 7, 8, 9, you don't see any photographs with him around kids. He didn't even have a single home. He left Neverland Ranch. He never wanted to go back. It was too painful for him. Nothing but the good times were replaced with the bad times. He could only remember the bad times now, no longer the good times. That's a tragedy. That's so sad. Why do you think nobody wants to buy that property? Because of the reputation. People feel weirded out to purchase it. It's just like for example, the home where Sharon Tate was murdered. The actress and Roman Polanski's former wife. She was murdered by the Manson family, along with other people that were in the house with her. I know it's an extreme comparison, but hear me out. That house has nobody wanted to buy that house after all of that. Years after that, people had a hard time selling that home. Only like 2 people bought that home. One of them was, I think it was Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails. Maybe? I don't think so. Could be him. But most people didn't want to buy that house because of the history of it. That's uncomfortable. That's how it is with Neverland Ranch. Nobody wants to buy a home where, the accusations of possible molestations going on in that home. It creeps them out. Whether he didn't do it or he did. There's that what if. We got to play devil's advocate for that. Because we don't know. I don't know. I am 90% confident, 95% confident that he was not a child molester. But, you'll never know. Because we weren't there where these accusers, such as Wade Robson, James Safechuck, were there, or Jordy Chandler, Gavin Arvizo, even though these people are lying. We know that for sure. But we didn't have a relationship with Michael like those kids did. I didn't go to Neverland. I never went there. Everybody I know never went to Neverland. They were never friends with Michael. They didn't travel the world with him. No one knows. No one knows. However, I do find it interesting that nobody else has come out to attack him after leaving Neverland. Because think about it. Harvey Weinstein, when he got caught, I believe hundreds of women came out and attacked him. A crap load of them. And then also with R. Kelly, when that documentary came out, Surviving R. Kelly, lots of more women came out saying the same story, that R. Kelly raped them and molested them, and sexually assaulted and sexually harassed them. Or right now, with Chris D'Elia, he's being accused of interacting with, being sexually inappropriate with young girls, 17 and 16-year-olds that he was texting with. But he said he was unaware of their age. And then some of them were 19 and 21. They said they felt uncomfortable. But it all started out with one girl, and then another one came in, and then another one, and then another one. So I believe he has like 5 or 6 accusers. I think he may be getting more now. But with Michael, it's only James Safechuck and Wade Robson. No one else came out. Nobody. Don't you find that a little odd? The MJ haters, they're probably going to come out and say, oh, they're paying them off. They're trying to silence the accusers. Really? Let's use logic here. You really think the Michael Jackson estate is more powerful, more influential than Harvey Weinstein and his empire? Come on, give me a break. Get out of here. Really? Really? If Weinstein got caught, then Michael would have gotten caught. Hands down. I mean, the FBI got involved. If the FBI couldn't find anything on Michael, like, we're talking the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, a 10-year-long investigation, they found nothing. You know what they found? Them and the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Department? Heterosexual pornography. That's what they found. I believe it was also like Hustler magazine or like stuff on his computer, you know, like normal stuff that a man in his 40s would watch. I mean, the guy is single, you know. Us men, we all got urges. Who hasn't watched porn? Who hasn't? Come on. It's normal. But that's all they found. Don't you find it odd that if a serial child rapist would only have heterosexual porn and not zero child pornography, zero like sexual pictures of children, you know, pictures of him and the kids? Don't you find it odd? That's a big indication that he was not a child molester. It's an indication, but it doesn't entirely mean that 100% he was not a child molester. Okay? But I believe he was not a child molester. I truly believe that. Because, think about it, since 1993 till 2020, nothing solid has come out. It's hearsay. It's their word against him, against a man that's been dead for now 11 years and cannot defend himself. He cannot defend himself. So, that right there is not fair. And then we got stupid, the court of public opinion, you know, the haters. Like, you know what? I live in America, as most of you know. And some of the people that watch my channel, they're actually from Europe. But here in America, more people believe that he is guilty than people in Europe and Asia do. You want to know why? Because their news media is not as brainwashing as American news media or the United Kingdom. And Australia as well, too. But Germany, Bulgaria, Italy, France, the French media, they were going after Dan Reed, the director of Leaving Neverland. The Bosnian media, they were going after him too. I mean, they were questioning this whole documentary. They're like, wait a minute, like, not a lot of it is not making any sense. You know, they were challenging it. Nobody here in the States was challenging or questioning their story. They just accepted it. That's why journalism here is dead. That's why I look at other news networks from other countries, like even RT, you know, they start pulling up facts. They start pulling up facts. Non-American news networks. I trust non-American news networks more than I, trust news networks here. I don't even watch the news because I know it's bull. I know that. For those of you that don't live in America, hey, let me tell you something. This is probably one of the biggest negatives of living here in America. It's the media, the news media. There's nothing more dangerous in our American society than the news media. Nothing more dangerous. They control society here. They control them. Now, do the people have free will? Of course people have free will, based on how they decide to, how to live their lifestyle, like what opinions they want to, all of that. But the news media in Hollywood is not included in the media because, Hollywood, they let you know that everything is fake. Whatever movie they make, it's fake. It's fantasy. They let you know. The news media, whenever they talk about something that's fake and that's not real, they tell you it's real. They tell you, hey, this is factual because we're CNN, we're MSNBC, we're Fox News. We're your local news station. All right? Don't question us. Don't question us. And if you do, so they don't want anybody to question them because that means we're going against the empire. The people that are trying to control our society, brainwash us to believe anything and everything. And when we do that, we are very easy to be persuaded to vote or support a corrupt politician or a corrupt organization or a corrupt corporation. That's what it is. That's what it is. The more they tell you, hey, this and this and that, they want you to support this presidential candidate. You're telling false stories, like quote unquote good stories about this person. You're believing it because the news media is saying it. But when you do your own independent research, this guy is shady. That's the thing about with Michael Jackson. They're telling you, hey, he was a child molester, he was a predator, he was a sicko, that's it. That's the story. But they don't want you to look it up. They don't want you to do research. They don't want you to do that. And if you do that, then they're failing based on trying to control people, trying to socially engineer society. So they do not want that. They don't want people to go against them, to challenge them, or do their own research. They don't like that. So when you do your own research with a non-biased mindset, you do deep research, hours, go to every single site, watch every interview, read every transcript, every report, and you will most likely come to the conclusion that all of that is bull, and that the only thing negative or the only thing that got Michael into trouble was that he was weird. He was weird. But there's no denying that, okay? The family, they don't deny it. Friends don't deny it. Most of us don't deny it, us fans, But that didn't make him a horrible person. That didn't mean he was a monster. Most people that believe that Michael is guilty want him to be guilty because he doesn't fit the narrative or the image of a normal human being. Anything that is not normal, anything that is out of the norm, we do not like it. We want everything to be the same because it's comfortable. It's comfortable. Something different, something weird, something odd comes into the picture, get him out of here. Because we don't understand him. We want to understand everything. We want to know about everything. Why do you think you go on YouTube, let's say you go to the movies, you watch, I don't know, a new Star Wars movie. First thing you go on YouTube, it finds ending explained, the true meaning of Star Wars Episode 9, the philosophy behind it, or the true meaning of this new Tom Hanks movie, It's like we want to know the depth of it, we want to know what the ending means, but you're not always going to understand it because there's no the creator, the writer, the film director doesn't want to reveal the true meaning behind it. Like Inception, Christopher Nolan doesn't want to tell you the entire meaning, the entire, background of the story because, he doesn't want to. It's mysterious. That's what makes the movie good. But many of us, we're not satisfied with it because we want to know more. That's how it is with Michael Jackson. Because of his weirdness, we don't understand him. So we're trying to understand him as much as we can, and the more we cannot understand him, the more frustrated we become. Because then we start saying, okay, there's something about this guy. This guy has an agenda. This guy, like, he's hiding something. That's what they think. They start thinking that you're hiding something. No, you're just a big question mark. You're different. Michael Jackson was not an average human being. Some people think, oh, people are defending him because, of his music and everything, his popularity, his dancing. No, we're defending him because he's a misunderstood person. Somebody that most people cannot understand. And we're protecting a person that's being judged, wrongfully judged, and being wrongfully convicted by society. It's an innocent man we're defending who cannot defend himself. Because not only are we defending him, we're defending his family. Because he's not the only one that's being damaged. The kids are being damaged. His nephews, nieces, his brothers, sisters, his mother, who's up in her age, they're being affected by this too. They're being ridiculed. They're being made fun of. People are going after them too. Don't you think that's out of line? Because people think you're just attacking one person. No, you're not. You're attacking the loved ones as well. They don't see him as a person. They see him as an alien, as something that they stop trying to understand him. So they're like, oh, they're exhausted. They're like, oh, I try to understand everything about this person and everything, and I just don't get him. So, like, F this guy and everything. It's like, what? Maybe it's because, most people, they never knew him. They weren't friends with him. You learn a lot about a person when you socialize with them, when you have a friendship with them. Like, I have a friend, he's one of my best friends. I always thought he was a weird person. Back in school, he just seemed annoying, just weird, and I just didn't like him. I just didn't like him. But I got to know him. And he's one of the nicest people you will ever meet. Very caring, honest, lovable, and loyal. He's a friend that everybody wants to have. And I judged him before I got to know him because I just thought he was weird. There was something about him I didn't like. But that all changed until I got to know him. My whole outlook changed. So I try not to criticize people that I do not know, who I do not know, because I don't know. I don't know the complete details of regarding that individual. So with the question of if Michael were still alive today, would he be still facing new allegations? I think so. That's why I know it sounds morbid, I'm kind of happy that he's not alive because, this world is just, this world sucks. If I was him, going through all that hatred and everything, all that ridicule, I just look up in the air and I'm like, God, please, Please, can you bring my death come any closer, Lord? Because I'm getting tired of this. I'm not gonna kill myself, but man, like I just can't wait to go. This is too much. It's painful. And he was a sensitive man. That's another thing that people don't understand. Some people, they're just sensitive. That's their personality. All right? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's surprising that Michael lived all the way up to 50. He never killed himself. He never OD'd prior, his death. He didn't do any of that. You know, I mean, you would think of all people that would have committed suicide, it would have been Michael Jackson. But he didn't. He was a fighter. He kept going. But, I think as he would get older, he would be worn out. He'd be tired. Can't take it anymore. So, I mean, rest in peace to the man, to Applehead. Rest in peace, Applehead. Yeah. So, I mean, those are just my thoughts. That's just my main question. Like I know a lot of people are saying, I wish Michael was alive. I wish he was still here. Me, I really don't. I think he's better off without us. Without, it's, I think he was just done physically, mentally too. Before they killed him. But yeah, I think it was for the best. I think it was for the best. So and also too because the Me Too movement, every single positive movement turns into something negative. Always, always. You know, some people say, "Oh, there's a few bad apples," yeah, but the problem is those few bad apples take charge. That's the problem. So then that's when they come up with this believe all victims, believe all accusers. That logic is not logic. I mean, it's just stupid. It's stupid. That's how we get innocent people in prison. I mean, that's evil. That's sick. Like, what? Those people, they can go to hell, man. That's right, I said it. All those people that believe in all that stuff, they try to promote it. The media tries to shove it down your throat. The media is trying to tell you, you got to believe in that. You got to have the same ideology. You got to think like them. And then that affects social media. And then social media, they start spreading that virus. It's a virus. It's all a virus. It's a bandwagon effect. And everybody hops on it. And all you gotta do is just say, so and so did this, then you're guilty. That's it. That's all you gotta say. All you gotta say is just, oh, so and so did it, and then that's it. If it involves a rape accusation, child molestation accusation, sexual harassment, assault, any of those things. If you say, um, let's say, oh, Robert Downey Jr. raped me back in the 80s. Oh, you damn well know that there are going to be news media outlets that are going to say, yep, this is true. This is true. When it's not. Because they know they're going to make money off of, clickbait. People are going to click on the story. They're going to read it when it's just pure gossip. Pure gossip. And just bloggers, right? There are no journalists. It's all bloggers and gossip writers. That's it. That's all it is. So Rest in peace, Michael. Rest in peace, Applehead. May you. I know you're in a better place, man. You're in a better place. So that's it for this video, guys. I'm more. It was a more emotional one. This episode. I mean, like just more frustrated, more just mad. I'm just mad about how everything operates today, and you know, thank God he's not alive to go through all this hell again. But maybe he wouldn't have gone through, any more allegations. But it just seems to me with the Me Too movement, seems to be a high probability. But yeah. So that's it for this video. Live long and prosper, and may the force be with you.